And as we have done in the past, we have always opened up the first show in February to celebrate Black History Month. And we have numerous events throughout the city of Elizabeth, at the Elizabeth Public Library, a flag raising at City Hall, and other cultural events attracting our residents to the information surrounding Black history, not only in our city, in our county, in our state, and our nation. And I'm pleased to be joined by Councilwoman Patricia Perkins Auguste. Councilwoman, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor, for having me.
And also Joanne Blount from Trinitas Hospital, who's here to share stories with us about Black History Month. Joanne, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mayor.
And Councilwoman, we'll start with you. February is Black History Month, as I just said, and we have the annual citywide kickoff on February 4th at the Sampson Center. Can you talk with us a little bit about the history, how this came together, and how we basically got involved in doing Black History Month?
Well, Mayor, you know, you and I, when we first took office back in 1993, I think one of our first joint efforts was to have the African American History Month proclamation signing program in your office. First, it started with a small group of African American leaders throughout the community, and then it just went to a groundswell to the point where now we're in city council chambers and we have a big event and we have speakers and music and food, and it's a good way for people to come out. A lot of people have never really been in council chambers. It's the way of opening up City Hall on a festive, cultural level, letting them see that what government is about, and it's just a good event.
Now, the proclamation signing this year is going to be on February 5th. Can
Yes.
you tell us a little bit about the proclamation and the people that come together and celebrate?
Well, of course, Mayor, it's by your hand that you signed the proclamation, and you have people coming from all over the city of Elizabeth. We send out invitation, as you know, to so many residents, business leaders, educational leaders, and they come and they really enjoy themselves. You read the proclamation, usually there's people like Congressman Payne there, we have a keynote speaker, we usually have children singing or dancing, and it's a good way to open up the month-long history of Black History Month.
Now, Joanne, this is your first time on the show, right?
Yes.
Why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself? You work at Trinitas, correct?
I work at Trinitas, and I work in behavioral health and psychiatry, but I'm also here representing National Council of Negro Women, which I'm the president and the organizer for the Greater Elizabeth Area section. Basically, we have 13 sections here in the state of New Jersey, and I felt that it was necessary that we started a section here in the city of Elizabeth back in 2003. But before I begin telling you a little bit about the National Council of Negro Women, our founder was Mary McLeod Bethune, who started the organization back in 1935. And the purpose of the organization was to gather, it wasn't just starting an organization, but have an organization of organizations coming together to get their collective power of information, bring it back to the forefront so that we could help our people in the community, women, their families, and in the community. And so Mary McLeod had this vision, and that's how it actually started. And as of today, we're still here from 1935 to 2007. And I must say that Greater Elizabeth Area section, when we came together, that was also my vision to bring into Elizabeth. And after doing that, I had to go around seeking women of different type of information they can bring to the table. So one of the person that I invited to come to be one of the organizers was Councilwoman Patricia Perkins Auguste.
There's no keeping her away from organizing for something that's productive, that's for sure.
Well, we wanted to get a collective of women from all parts of life to help promote and to educate our people in the community and bring in such, so we had to go out and reach out to different ones.
So this organization since 1935 has just really, you've just really done a branch chapter here in Elizabeth for the first time.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And what motivated you to do that? I mean, it's not easy getting something started from the ground.
It was motivated because I was so motivated when I joined the organization back in 1996. When I met up with Dorothy Height, who our chairperson and this person today, she has brought so much enthusiasm to the organization to make this thing work. She saw the vision that Mary McLeod Bethune had. She carried that vision out because she's been the chair for such a period of time that no one can actually say that, wow, this organization is not in the proper manner, but we have such overflow of programs going on, and Dr. Height was the assets behind that, and we really appreciate it. And that's where my energy came in, because I got really involved.
So how many women are now working with you on this?
In the city of Elizabeth, or
In the city of
in the
Elizabeth.
city of Elizabeth, we started out with actually 20 females joining the organization in 2003.
It's a good number to start off early.
But however, we now have 75 women in the organization, and it's not just in the city of Elizabeth, but it's in surrounding areas of Union County.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Good. Keep up the. Councilwoman, this year's guest speaker, I believe, is Dr. Adelaide Sanford, Vice Chancellor of New York State Board of Regents.
Yes.
What do you think the theme, or do you know what the doctor is going to talk about?
I think she's going to talk about education in the 21st century and urban education. And you know, our hearts are very dear to education here in the city of Elizabeth, and in terms of how it's evolving, from charter schools to private schools to public schools, you know, the funding issues that New Jersey have, and with Elizabeth being one of the avid districts, how is that educational process affecting the children and ultimately affecting families in our society? So it's I think she's going to bring to bear a lot of issues around urban education. She comes with a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of information, being involved in New York City State's educational process. And I think it's good to hear it from a different perspective, from a New York style, so to speak, and just to see how they view urban education and how that impacts on families and societies and things that we hold dear to our
As you know,
hearts.
urban education is getting a great debate these days.
It
Vouchers
Yes,
vouchers are something that people are talking about, not only in the African American community, but in the more affluent community.
Yes.
People are looking at vouchers. People are also looking at the opportunity for scholarships, where the business and the corporations
Yes.
can get tax credits by providing ample enough funds for a young person to go to a school of their choice.
Right.
So it will be interesting to see how New York is dealing with some of these issues, because I think it's just getting to the table in New Jersey.
It is, and I think we might be a little bit behind as it pertains to those issues, because even choice and vouchers, I mean, you find those choices out in the Midwest, and they're not here on the East Coast, which you think it would more or less be here first. But I think she's going to be a dynamic speaker. Like I said, she comes with a wealth of information. She has a wealth of knowledge behind her in terms of her own educational background. And then it's going to be from an African American perspective.